Everybody, welcome back. We're going to do another review, of course. Iron Man, number 252, Acts of Vengeance. This is a bad comic. This is a bad comic. And what I didn't like, because I bought the second hand somewhere online and then, saw this thing. I really hate that. I don't know why people do it. It's bad. It ruins the comic, basically. Not that this comic is actually good, but that isn't the point. So what is this all about? I have no fucking clue. You know what? Because I don't have all the Iron Man comics, but it seems that this guy called Chemistro or whatever his name is wants to kill Iron Man for whatever reason. And he has his brother here, and we God, and we have Rhodey. I believe this is Rhodey. And basically, Chemistro has the power, or the mechanical power, to turn anything into whatever he wants. And yeah, and there's some weird shenanigans going on. And I must say, the art is really bad. Well, it's not really bad, but it's bad. Who wrote this, by the way? This is El Milgram as the inker. El Milgram is good, and Herb Trimpe is the penciler, and Dwayne McDuffie is also a known person as the writer. I don't know, man, but I didn't like this at all. And well, it continues that he suddenly, uses his power to transform Iron Man's suit into lead. And look at this, the art. Do you know that I have a real big problem with backgrounds, or the lack of it, or the lack of detail? I mean, I have been telling you many times how I hated that with Marvel comics. Nowadays, but no, I mean not. Oh, I'm not only with Marvel comics, but also with Dynamite comics. And this is a comic from this is from the 80s, I believe. Let me double check. 90s. Okay. This is from the 90s. So then he is arguing with his brother about, hey, why he's doing this, and it was stupid, and he has a gun, and then the wizard turned his weapons into wrist blasters or something, and his brother wants him to stop, and they are arguing about stuff. Man, look at that, the background. It looks so stupid. It looks so empty, and the facial expressions is worthless too. But then he said, "Oh, okay, listen now. I'm gonna kill Iron Man now." So he turns into he uses weapons to turn it into acid or gas, and then he realizes that Iron Man is gone, and then Iron Man, fleeing with Rhodey, explains into the woods that science, man. Luckily, this is just a comic, so I can forgive that. He explains that because the Iron Man is so thin, he it's basically like so thin as tinfoil, and he ripped open his back, pulls Tony out, and closes it again, and then runs away into the woods near a highway. And then some weird things happen. Okay, listen. So Rhodey is trying to lift or try to stop a car, and it doesn't work. And then Tony, because he has white boxer shorts on it, just do it. And then the hot blonde in a cabriolet in a convertible just stops, and he said, "What are you waiting for?" And he gets in. So he is going to Stark Enterprises. He changes, and then he invites, probably a little bit later or a couple of days later, I'm not sure. I don't care. The brother of Chemistro, and he wants to talk about it. That he basically said, "Hey, you are a big contributor, and we need to talk about. We need a defense against Chemistro, and he needs his help." So basically, he wants to employ him. But then, okay, they're gonna analyze his former weapon, and it says that that the gun is firing some kind of radiation that changed the substance of another thing, but it's highly unstable. And then we do a Star Trek, bad Star Trek episode, and he explained hey. I managed to build a device that nullify even and even reverse the gun's effect. Well, there's your solution. So out of nowhere, a solution pops up. No effort at all. No stakes. There's no high stakes here. Just hey, there's some danger, and then the last 15 minutes of Star Trek, hey, there's a solution. Wrap it into 5 minutes, and ta-da, we defeat the bad guy or whatever. And that's exactly what's going on here. So Tony transforms, changes into, gets another suit. He's going to attack Camistro because Camistro is standing on a tall building. Oh yeah, wait, listen, look at this. He's going to zap a building, and it turns into water. But what about the people that's in here? I mean, aren't they dead now? And then, Iron Man just flies in here, say nothing about the fact that he just destroyed a building with possibly living beings in it. And then Camistro is firing a blast, but he has then some kind of a shield that, neutralizes its effects. And then, but since Iron Man blasted him from the building, he falls. And then Camistro uses his powers or his technology to turn it into some kind of shock absorbing foam. I mean, okay, listen. I know this is a comic book, but if you're gonna fall, I don't know, 10 stories from a building, that shock absorbent foam doesn't work at all. You be dead. But Camistro just says, ugh, and he stands up like nothing happens. Also, why is Iron Man sweating on the outside? That's weird. So, and then he whines about Iron Man that he did enough property damage. So what does Camistro do? He shoots again a blast into a building, and that building turns into gold. And he said, hey, that covers the expenses, but at the same time, hey, I'm going to kill you. So why turn it into gold if you're already going to kill Iron Man? God. And then he's going to shoot at Iron Man again, but then, he that shield protects him and he's sweating again. Why? That doesn't make any sense. You're not on the water. But then Camistro does something smart. He turns the ground into water, and then he basically there's a backlash because of energy buildup, and he is falling into the ground in the water, and then it turns into he turns it into solid steel, which is actually smart. But then he said, "Okay, I can't move," and Camistro says, I got him, he soon suffocates. Well, probably that's not entirely true because Iron Man is going to space and underwater many times. So I think he has an oxygen reserve somewhere. And I am also not sure why the steel is not crushing him. But but then he says, hey, it seems that whatever Camistro turns into whatever is going to break down into some kind of a dust or into powder after an hour or so. So he uses the technology to speed up that process somehow. Oh, God. And then, let me say what happens again. Oh, yeah, this is terrible, too. So his brother comes. He shoots him with some kind of, device that fails. And then Camistro turns his brother's foot into dust, which is normally very gruesome. I mean, imagine cutting your own foot off. Well, you shouldn't do it on your own, but your foot is disappearing, right? You must be in excruciating pain. And he says, I'm going into shock. But then he tried to shoot him, and it obviously fails. And then out of nowhere, you guessed it, Iron Man comes, shoots him with some kind of a neutralizer or attracting beam. And then the equipment breaks, and he just instantly gives up. And okay, can I show the ending? Well, it doesn't matter. It means what's going to happen is that a couple of hours later, his brother comes from the hospital again in a wheelchair, and I said, well, my foot is being is cauterized because it turns somehow into dust, so it somehow is cauterized, and he's very happy and positive, and after his foot is being disappearing, which I think it would be traumatizing for a normal person very much. Well, that doesn't make any sense how I say it, but you know what I mean. It's very traumatizing. And he said, "Hey, I'm going to fix my foot because I'm an inventor. I can, make a mechanical foot or something." And Iron Man flies away and says, "Well, I'm his brother is very courageous and he's very positive and etc." And gives him some kind of a speech about how good he is and how heroic he is. It's trash. It's utterly trash. The art is trash. The story is trash. This is a throwaway comic. I'm not going to throw away, but you know what I mean. I do not recommend this at all. So do not buy it unless you want to have to complete a Iron Man run. It's trash. That's it. I'm also not known who Chemistro was. I got a comic with Chemistro, but I didn't, read it because it was Chemistro against Luke Cage. Very old comic. Doesn't matter. It's the end of the video. I'm done talking about the shit comic. Thanks for watching. Like my videos, share my videos, subscribe to my channel, and I see you next time.